Tell me about yourself.
Good morning, sir. Firstly, thank you for giving me opportunity to introduce myself. My name is Sirisha. I'm from Markapur. I completed my graduation in the stream of Computer Science and Engineering with an aggregate of 8 GPA from Krishna Chaitanya Institute of Technology and Sciences. I have strong knowledge on Core Java and MySQL. I've done projects like one static website, which is a restaurant website. It includes HTML, CSS, Bootstrap, and a little bit JavaScript. And another is a Core Java application that is a console-based project, it is a personal loan banking system, which includes OOPS concepts like abstraction, inheritance, polymorphism.
So what is that application can do? Explain about the application.
Core Java application, sir.
Yes.
First, I created an interface, sir, that is loan interface. It contains all the methods, which are abstract methods.
What are the functionalities? What are the method names?
Salary, get salary method.
Okay. Get salary.
Get salary. We need to implement that method, which is an interface. We need to implement that in our class. Our class implements the interface. Few other methods like get S.
So how you validated other things? Is there any validated methods used?
Yes, sir. Validations are there. Get PAN is a method. Get Aadhaar. Get phone number. Validations, I use it for Aadhaar. If Aadhaar contains 12 digits, it won't start with 0 or 1. Like that, I validated. For validation, I use matches.
Explain about inheritance in this place.
Inheritance. All the common classes I keep in one class.
Common classes?
Common methods. All the common methods I keep in one class. That is loan class. Personal
you
loan.
Mentioned loan is an interface. Then again, loan is an interface.
Loan class. I take one loan class, that is loan inheritance. It is the class name, loan inheritance. Class name. I keep all the common methods in that class. And personal loan and home loan are another classes which extends loan class, loan inheritance class. Common methods I keep in loan inheritance. I used these common methods as in this other class.
So by using child object, child reference, can I call the parent class functionalities?
Yes, sir. By using child class and child reference and child object, we can call both parent class and child class functionalities.
In the same way, I am creating the child object. And can I go and store it into parent reference?
Yes, sir. We can store parent.
So by using parent reference, what are the methods I can call? Can I call child class methods?
No, sir. Parent class methods only we can call.
If I am calling parent class methods, then why should I create an object of child? And in such cases, how it will be going to helpful that case? Creating a child object, storing into a parent reference, how it helpful for in our scenarios?
It is used in interface, sir. When working with interface, we can create child object with parent reference. It is called upcasting.
Upcasting. Explain about dynamic dispatching.
Dynamic dispatching. Method overriding means when a child class not satisfied with parent class, the child class can override the functionality of the parent class. Dynamic dispatching means if when we create parent reference and child object, then we get actually parent class methods. When we override that, we can access child methods. That is the concept of dynamic dispatching.
Great. So explain about this concept, right? Like encapsulation.
Grouping or binding data and related methods into single unit. That single unit may be a class or a package. Creating a class in Java itself follows encapsulation. In SQL, creating a table itself follows encapsulation.
A class can extend multiple classes?
No.
So a class can implement multiple interfaces? Are you sure?
Yes, sir. Implements.
Sure. So a class can extend and also implements interface. Is it possible in Java?
Yes, sir.
So such kind of inheritance will consider as
hybrid inheritance.
What is meant by hierarchical inheritance?
One parent class can have multiple children, that we can call hybrid inheritance. For example, throwable class is there. It has two childs like error and exception.
Explain about the difference between error and exception.
Error can come due to bad resources and exception can come due to bad logic.
Explain one scenario. An exception.
Error means out of stack overflow error. We run when infinite loop occurs, then we will get stack overflow error. It is, and also if we give range of int more than 2147483647 greater than that, we will get out of memory error.
Why? What does that means?
Actually, integer, it is out of the integer range, and we want to take that integer only.
So is it integer range more than that? Because of that it is giving, or RAM size is more than, is it going to be more than RAM size because of that reason it's coming. I didn't get you. Is it coming because of integer range is high, or is it coming because of your RAM size is
RAM
more than
size
that? Which
is
one
more.
is correct?
RAM size.
For sure. Okay. So explain about there is an exception called null pointer exception.
Yes, sir.
When you will get a null pointer exception?
When we want to perform any operations with like 0, null pointer exception.
Sorry.
When we perform any operations with null,
Okay.
we will get null pointer exception.
Explain something. Some example.
String, we are writing string and adding like string plus null, like that.
String plus null. For example, string is equal to Sirisha. Okay. I am doing s dot length. Then you will get a Sirisha's length. So if I am doing the same, string is equal to null s dot length, then what happens?
Null pointer exception.
That's what I'm expecting, right? Okay. Explain about DDL, DML commands. Explain about SQL, and there is a data definition language and data manipulation language,
Yes.
right? Explain those queries.
Data manipulation language is used to perform operations like create, insert, update. It is used for rows. Manipulating rows we can use. Data definition language.
Not sure.
Not sure.
Okay. Explain about joins. Okay. Just started SQL for you guys. Okay. So tell me about diamond problem in Java.
Diamond problem. It is coming because of multiple inheritance. Like class extends more than multiple classes, then we will get it is multiple inheritance. It is not possible through class. Diamond problem. If A class A is a parent class, B and C are child classes. It is possible. B and C are extend. D is a child class of extending B and C, which is not possible as a class cannot extend multiple classes.
Why the Java stopped this process?
There are two reasons, sir. One is ambiguity with methods and another is ambiguity with constructors.
How it is ambiguity with constructors?
Ambiguity with constructors. If we create in child class, if we create default constructor, by default it can call parent class constructor. If there is, so that's why it don't know if it extend two classes, it don't know to call which constructor. That's why ambiguity is coming through constructors.
Explain about constructor rules.
Constructor rules. Constructor and class name should be same. Constructor won't have any return type. If it has any
If I have a
return type, it will consider as a method, not like a constructor. Access modifiers for constructor or default, public, private, and protected.
If I'm giving static, what happens?
Error.
Okay. If I'm giving final,
Error.
why we should not keep final for constructors?
If we create a final as constructor, we cannot create objects.
That is method, right? That's not a class, right? Okay. Go on. This of and super of this and super. Explain about those.
This is used to access current class data members. Super is used to access parent class data members. This of is used to call that class constructor, and super of is used to call parent class constructor.
Okay.
This of and super of must be the first line in that constructor.
We
can use only this of or super of in one constructor. We can't use both.
Okay. So tell me something related to copy constructor.
Copy constructor. Copying one object into another object, we can call copy constructor. It creates new object with new references, not copying references.
If I want to copy the references, then what I need to do?
You can use clone.
Are you sure? So then what is shallow copy?
Shallow copy, it also create a new object, but it copies the references also.
References ni copy chestundi. Shallow copy. Are you sure? Which one is shallow copy? Which one is deep copy?
Shallow copy, if change in one object, if we change one object, it will occur to another object also. That is shallow copy. If we change one object, it won't change in another object in deep copy.
Okay, example. Do you have any example for this?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
In a student, in clone shallow copy, we are using a clone method, and it gives us clone not supported exception. We cast the object into class type student.
Okay.
We create one new object by using clone method. It returns new object.
The student class, if I have an address, that address will be going to creating a new copy, or it's going to be in the same copy. Then I'm going to work with the shallow copy.
Same only, sir.
Same only. It's not creating a new copy for address internal object.
Yes.
Then deep copy?
It will create new.
Okay, good. So tell me, what is the difference between Spring versus Spring Boot?
Spring is a framework in Java. It uses manual configuration. It requires a lot of manual configuration, and we need to write every dependency. It is used for web application, enterprise applications. Spring Boot, it is extension of Spring. In this, no manual configuration, no much manual configuration like Spring. We just add dependencies. We don't need to write that much in Spring Boot.
Okay, what are the annotations you used in Spring Boot?
I use @entity to create table. I use @ID for primary key.
What is table?
@table. It is used to change the table name, like customized name. If we want to give to table, then we use @table.
Okay, explain Spring IOC.
Spring IOC. Instead of we developers creating object, Spring container itself can create object. It is the concept of Spring IOC.
Okay, what is setter injection versus constructor injection?
Setter injection. In this, we use property name value. In constructor injection, we use constructor org name.
Okay, which one is better in these two injections?
Constructor injection is
Why?
constructor injection. When we create object, it will based on our requirement. If we want to access when we create object, then we will go with constructor injection.
Which one is lazy loading?
Setter injection. Constructor injection is fast loading.
Okay. Tell me about @Spring Boot application. What are the annotations are containing?
@Spring Boot application is the main class.
Main annotation.
Main annotation it is used in the base class of our Spring Boot application. It contains run method. Without that, we cannot execute a Spring Boot application. It contains 3 annotations.
What is the run method is going to return?
It won't return.
It returns application context.
Application context.
Okay. So my question is, @Spring Boot application consists of multiple annotations.
Yes, sir.
What are the annotations?
3 annotation it contains: @configuration,
Okay.
@component scan, @enable auto configuration.
Okay. Great. So explain about @request body. Why we need?
When we want to update a table, when we want to insert data into table, then we use @request body.
What is REST API?
Representational state transfer protocol is used to perform CRUD operations like create, read, update, and delete in a database.
Okay. What is stateful and stateless?
Stateful can save the previous session interaction, and stateless won't save the previous session interaction.
Okay. What is SOAP? SOAP means what?
Simplified Object Application Protocol.
Okay. Good job, Sirisha. All the best, and I will meet next time.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.